Question for you. How many times have you wanted to test fire a gun before you bought it? Well, now you can test fire the most popular handguns at the Crazy Gun Dealer, and the test fire is absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
When you buy your gun from us. That's right, free test firing on most guns when you buy your gun from the Crazy Gun Dealer. Plus, we still give you free CHO classes, a free lifetime warranty, and a free range membership. Because nobody wants your gun business more than the Crazy Gun Dealer. That's the Crazy Gun Dealer on Highway 67 in Alvarado, just 30 minutes south of Dallas, 20 minutes south of Fort Worth. For directions and info, check out crazygundealer.com or give us a call at 855-329-4867. That's 855-329-4867. That's 855-329-GUNS.
All offers and promotions subject to change or restrictions. See store for complete details.
Hi, I'm Tom Kidd, engineering graduate of Texas A&M and owner of Structured Foundation Repairs. Our number is 972-484-1200. Our motto is to do the right thing. In some respects, it's hard being the company that always does the right thing. But for our customers' sake, it's very important that we do. Being fully insured, as an example, costs us a lot of money, but it protects our customers. Having employees instead of day laborers is a huge responsibility, but our dedicated employees ensure that we do the best repairs we can. Managing a large office staff can be tedious, but they provide our customers a helpful voice when they need something urgent. Returning every phone call is time-consuming, but instills our customers with confidence that we will always be there when they need us. The Aggie Code of Honor states that Aggies don't lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those that do. That code was the principle our company was founded on, and it guides our daily operations. If this sounds like the kind of company you could trust to repair your foundation, call us today for a free evaluation at 972-484-1200 or click structuredfoundation.com.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head dealing with monthly payments, there's a powerful secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $5,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Debt Relief Advocates, and we're offering you free information on how to virtually eliminate your credit card debt and make your monthly payment affordable. To see how much you could save, call now, 1-800-400-0096. Don't declare bankruptcy. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Debt Relief Advocates now and see how much money you could save for free. 1-800-400-0096. That's 1-800-400-0096. 1-800-400-0096.
Set sail with Newt Gingrich. Get aboard the Elegant Crystal Symphony for a spectacular 7-day cruise from New York to Montreal. At the same time, enjoy stimulating seminars on politics and investment. Our guests include Newt Gingrich, Mark Skousen, John Ransom, and Chris Versace. And everything's included. We set sail September 13th through the 20th. Join us for the Politics in Your Portfolio cruise. Log on to politicsandyourportfolio.com for all the details. Politicsandyourportfolio.com.
Do you want to learn how to steal customer credit card information from major retailers so you can buy anything you want?
Well, we can't help you with that. But among the many IT problems we solve, Barracuda's award-winning firewalls prevent hackers from taking your valuable data to the bank. Reclaim your network, like 150,000 other businesses have. To learn more about protecting customer data and your reputation, visit barracuda.com/firewalls.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM, The Answer. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on The Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. President Obama is strangely aligned with Republicans while trying to sway enough Democrats to join in support of this trade bill that nobody knows anything about. See, we have to pass the bill before anybody knows what? You know, this theoretically transparent administration, transparent as mud, maybe. I don't have the faintest idea what these people are doing. I mean, all I know is that when it comes down to passing a bill that no one knows anything about, that affects American jobs, I've got a problem with that. I hope that doesn't align me. I hope that doesn't align me with Democrats, because they're nuts. On the other hand, I really would. I have to be honest with you. It really frustrates me that the Republican Party is willing to deal away our prosperity for the sake of certain economic advantages. Now, I understand why they do it. I do. I understand why they do it. Like I said, downward pressure on wages holds inflation at bay. And like I said, if you add inflation to the mix that we currently have with all this extra capital in the American economy, fortunately, of course, it's big enough to be able to support the extra currency. That's one thing that people say, they're just printing money. That's all they're doing. They're just printing money. Got to audit that Fed, boy, I'll tell you what. Well, what people don't realize is this is a $14 to $15 trillion a year economy. We can support that level of currency. But the thing about it is that we can have a problem if inflation is added to that mix, and that's why everybody's really concerned about it. And and this trade bill, I just want it on the table. I know why they don't put it on the table too, because they don't want people to start taking advantage of the bill before it's even passed. I got it. But at some point, we all need to start acting like adults. At some point, we got to say, hey, wait a minute. Okay, this is our government. The government works for us, not the other way around. We need somebody to say, whoa. And if that's the Democrats, fine. If it's the Republicans saying, whoa, that's fine too. Whoa. Stop messing with things right now. Back off. We, the people of the United States, need to have some we need to have a turn too. There are a lot of special interests that make a lot of money on this government. I'd like one of those special interests to be us, wouldn't you? For a while. Let us make enough money so that we can, refinance our houses to one of those really nice 15-year fixed rate mortgages. Let us pay off our kids' college money so that they can start making some cash. Let's do something here. That mighty fancy banking that I was talking about after 2008, that the Fed was going to have to do to very slowly bring this currency out of the economy. These guys are going to have to start working on that. And they're going to have to be really, really careful. And mysterious trade bills that are so crazy that the left won't support them. Whoa. The President of the United States getting his butt kicked by the Democrat Party. Harry Reid, stalwart champion of President Obama for 6 years, says hell no on this trade deal. Keep your eyes on it. It's going to affect us. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
For almost 2 decades, financial advisor and educator Rick Poston with Empowered Wealth Financial Services has provided peace of mind to thousands who see or hear him in the media or read his work. Rick has been chosen by Bloomberg Business Week magazine as one of the top 20 game-changing financial advisors in the country. A fan of Rick's profound teaching, Brian Tracy, world-renowned business leader, speaker, and best-selling author, has asked Rick to co-author his newest book entitled The Winning Way, where Rick will share with his fans some of the principles that allow Rick's clients to continue on their winning way. If you are looking to break away from that same old investment plan that has provided you with one too many disappointments, stay tuned to 660 AM The Answer every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock for the most educational hour on financial talk radio with Empowered Wealth Radio, live, or call 469-361-4020.
Another hot Texas summer is upon us, and Mathis Air and Heat has a great offer for you right off the bat. With the American Standard All-Star Sales Event, Mathis Air is offering 100% financing and 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's 60 months on complete qualifying American Standard systems with approved credit or cash rebates. Mathis Air knows that's a home run, and with free estimates on equipment replacements, that's a grand slam. When it comes to service, call 972-279-4COOL for a $39 $99 service call. Don't get thrown a curveball. Go with a company you can trust. As a certified customer care dealer, Mathis Air is about quality, honesty, and a great installation because that's what matters most. Special financing or rebates available on qualifying products. See Mathis Air and Heat, your independent American Standard dealer, for details. Or call 888-840-8084 for financing program details about credit costs. Offer expires June 30th, 2015. Make sure you're working with the best. Mathis Air and Heat. Call now, 972-279-4COOL. That's 972-279-4266.
I had the home of my dreams, but one day I noticed cracks in the wall by the front door as well as the kitchen window. A neighbor recommended Abacus Foundation Repair. He said they're the best foundation repair company in Dallas, and they use an advanced system on your foundation called Millennium Composite Pilings that'll last 1,000 years. Well, I went to their website, abacusfoundationrepair.com, and saw that they have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and the world's leading service company review website recommended them highly. And the best part? They haven't had a complaint in the last 13 years. So I called them, and I'm happy I did. Abacus Foundation Repair guaranteed their work, and they gave me a lifetime transferable warranty.
If you see cracks in the walls of your home or your doors don't shut properly, call Abacus Foundation Repair at 972-406-9000. That's 972-406-9000. Or go to abacusfoundationrepair.com. If you want your foundation fixed right the first time, call Abacus Foundation Repair.
In the early 60s, Dolores and Ray Butcher and their 3 daughters earned a trip to Disneyland by collecting S&H green stamps. It was a dream come true. Today, nearly everyone has a wallet or keychain full of loyalty reward cards that they use for discounts, gifts, and even free dinners at their favorite restaurants. For years, an international company has been offering a universal loyalty rewards card in Europe. We call it the Blue Card, one card to replace dozens. The Blue Card offers discounts up to 5% cash back. It even accumulates points to shop at participating merchants and an online mall. Today, they're looking for independent representatives to launch this card in the U.S. and Canada. It is free to get the card and free to become a representative. You could help launch the Blue Card in your area and get paid wherever it is used. Imagine you could be paid every time someone fills their gas tank, buys groceries, orders an airline ticket, or purchases just about anything.
To get your free Blue Card, go to bluecardshopping.com. That's bluecardshopping.com. bluecardshopping.com.
Dentist office, may I help you?
Hi, I'd like to cancel my teeth whitening appointment.
Oh, may I ask why?
I found a teeth whitener that works in 5 minutes that I can do from home.
Can I ask what it is?
It's called Power Swabs, and it whitens your teeth in 5 minutes, doesn't leave my teeth feeling sensitive, and it's a lot less expensive than visiting the dentist.
Hi, I'm John Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. And if you want to whiten your teeth 2 shades in 5 minutes and 6 shades in 7 days, then try Power Swabs. There's no messy strips or trays that you'll have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth and you're done. It removes stains on natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. Try Power Swabs risk-free by calling 1-800-281-4037. That's 1-800-281-4037. I guarantee your friends and coworkers will be wowed by your new white smile. Try it risk-free and get free shipping and handling today. Dial 1-800-281-4037. That's 1-800-281-4037.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. If you go to either Facebook page of this radio broadcast, either The Wells Report, Facebook, The Wells Report, all one word, all lowercase, or The Wells Report, Jon-David Vox. Again, Jon-Davidvox. If you do that, you'll be able to find a link to our radio broadcast, and we are broadcasting in video in our brand new camera that Vicky hates. And I don't know exactly why she hates it, because what I like about it is it's far enough away from me so I don't look like the dark side of the moon. Not that I'm a vain human being, but hey, don't look at me like that, Magic. You've got a nice, smooth face. This face looks like it was on fire once and somebody put it out with a track shoe. Just saying. Old now. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. You are listening to the Wells Report. Somebody said a long time ago that the Hillary Rodham Clinton presidential campaign for 2016 was an overfilled balloon looking for a pin. There's a problem. When Hillary Clinton was America's top diplomat, the Secretary of State, she appeared at times to be a top salesman for America's biggest airplane maker, Boeing. Traveling abroad on official business as Secretary of State, Clinton often visited Boeing facilities and made a pitch for the host country to buy Boeing jets. During one visit to Shanghai in May of 2010, she boasted that more than half the commercial planes operating in China were made by Boeing. A sales plug in Russia in 2009, though, may have proved especially fruitful. While touring a Boeing plant, Secretary of State Clinton said, "We're delighted that a new Russian airline, Rosia, is actively considering acquiring Boeing aircraft, and this is a shameless pitch." Boeing landed the Russian deal, $3.7 billion worth. Whoa. I mean, it's like, seriously? Yeah, $3.7 billion worth of airplanes. Then what happened? Uh-oh. 2 months later, the company donated $900,000 to the Clinton Foundation. Oh, man. The chain of events is raising new questions for Clinton and Boeing as the former Secretary of State launches her 2016 presidential campaign. The Boeing deal only adds to a growing list of business deals involving Clinton Foundation donors, now coming under scrutiny. Boeing shareholder David Almasi recently confronted CEO James McNerney about the ethics of it. Quote, "That opens the door to charges of honest services fraud. That there was a quid pro quo between the Clinton Foundation, the State Department, and Boeing." In prepared answers to questions posed to Boeing by Fox News, a spokesman defended the company's actions. Quote, "Our contributions to the Clinton Foundation to help the people of Haiti rebuild was a transparent act of compassion and an investment aimed at aiding the long-term interests and hopes of the Haitian people." The company also pointed out that it gave the American Red Cross $1.3 million after the devastating 2010 earthquake. There is just a little bit of difference between the American Red Cross and the Clinton Foundation. Wouldn't you think? Clinton defenders say, "Oh, no, there's no smoking gun. No. Zero evidence that Hillary Clinton went to bat for Boeing for any reason other than to benefit U.S. economies and U.S. workers." This is Richard Goldstein, the former Clinton Gore advisor. But the financial connections don't end there. Oh, no. Oh, no, there's more. Yeah, there is more. Hang on, David, I'm coming to you. Boeing paid former President Bill Clinton $250,000 for a speech in 2012. It was a speech that was approved by the State Department's Ethics Office, which, according to an Associated Press report, often approved the ex-president's speaking engagements within days. And in another potential trouble spot, Boeing's chief lobbyist and former Bill Clinton aide Tim Keating hosted a fundraiser for Ready for Hillary, the political action committee raising money to help fund a run for the White House. Boeing took no issue with Keating doing so. You ever heard of the RICO Act? The Corrupt Organizations Act? If there is a pattern of behavior that looks corrupt, it's corrupt. Walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, swims like a duck. It's a duck. David in Denton, welcome to the Wells Report. Thanks for joining us. Hi.
Jon-David, I was just telling your screener, thank goodness we live in a country that nobody like me can call into your show and voice his opinion.
Yes,
it's
sir.
a miracle. You know what? But the bottom line is, Jon-David, all your points are great. They're educational. They're based in fact. But it doesn't matter because we live in a country that it doesn't matter anymore. She's a woman and they want a woman as president. If it's not a male from a Caucasian male, it doesn't matter anymore. The country's full of racial hatred. It's full of gender hatred. It's full of hatred based upon your religious beliefs.
Well,
it doesn't matter. It
well,
just really doesn't matter anymore.
let me amend what you're saying there, because I want to hear what you think about this. It's not so much hatred as much as it's division. I mean, hatred is an easy wedge for division. But if it's possible, and it may not be, David, but it seems to me that if you can take the emotion out of it, and if you can look at this in a clear-eyed, objective way, what you are seeing is this ability to split us up and play one group of us against the other.
Jon-David, I think it goes farther than that. I think you have 50% or more of the population that believes their time has come, that they've been mistreated by me for hundreds of years, and now their time has come. And it doesn't matter if the leader of my party is crooked and foul. It doesn't matter, because my time has come, and it doesn't matter. We're going to put this person in office. It really has come down to that.
You do realize that the percentage of population of African Americans in America is what? You said
I'm not talking about just African
you said
Americans.
50%.
Minorities.
Or you're talking about
everybody.
You're talking about everybody that would not be white.
That is correct.
Okay, African Americans.
I'm talking about female, Spanish,
African Americans.
My fellow Americans that have gotten to the point where they've been so mistreated that it doesn't matter that the leader of the party is crooked. It doesn't matter. It's about personal gain, and that's just the way it's all looked at. Our president had such a great opportunity to bring us together, and he blew it. You said, he's dividing us.
He's absolutely blown it. He absolutely had the greatest chance to bring America into the new millennium in style, bringing us all together. But that is not what he did, and he couldn't do it. He could not do it and win the 2012 presidential election. He would have lost the election if he didn't divide us and play us like guitars. That's the way all that worked. It was devastatingly terrible for the country. Devastating. The rich against the poor. Black against white against brown. It was devastatingly terrible to everyone. And why they did it? For one guy to be elected for another term, that's it? You know, it doesn't make any difference whether you're the president for 4 years or 8 years. You're still the president of the United States. There may be some political cachet in being in the office for 8 years. But at the end of all of it, you got to look at what's good for the country. Was this good for the country? There are some people that would say yes. I am not one of those people. This is the same kind of nerve-shattering strain that we went through in the 60s, except the 60s was worse. The 60s was worse. By and large, a lot of the racial problems of the 60s have been solved. Not all of them. Not all of them. And yeah, there are issues that have to get taken care of here. But it's not just authority against the populace. That's another one of these divisions. At some point, somebody has to talk to the populace and say, hey, you got to do better. You have to do better. It isn't about the government giving you a handout. You've been doing that for 50 years. It's not working. 50 years of liberal politics has gotten Chicago nowhere. The stimulus package brought Baltimore $1.8 billion. Got them nowhere. You can't throw money at it. You have to throw opportunity at it. You have to aggrandize those who have succeeded, and that is the exact opposite of what happens in the African American experience in this country right this minute. Clarence Thomas, following in the footsteps of Thurgood Marshall, is an Uncle Tom. Why? Because he's conservative. Because he believes in opportunity instead of a handout. Because he answered the question John Kennedy asked. Don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. He answered that question. I can become a Supreme Court justice. And by God, he did it. He could have walked away in that most ridiculous and horrifying of hearings. The advise and consent process for Clarence Thomas was a tragedy and a stain. The confirmation hearings were a tragedy and stain on this nation. But all of this comes back together. All this comes back here. The people that are trading on our divisions, Hillary Clinton, liberal Democrats, unions, et cetera, are badly damaging our nation for the sake of their own largesse. And the most cynical thing about the whole thing is the fact that as they pile up all this cash, they are part of the movement that says that being rich is bad. The 1%. We have to tax the 1%, tax the 1%. They've got it. We don't have it. There was a management ethos that's now missing in the United States of America, and it does affect our economy. You want to know what it is? Henry Ford used to say that one of his workers needed to be able to comfortably afford buying one of his cars. The Ford Motor Company pretty much lives up to that. If you work for the Ford Motor Company, they will make sure that you can drive a Ford. Do those people make money hand over fist? They absolutely do. The Ford family, they absolutely do. But their structure is different. Their structure is not built around the superstar CEO. Their structure is built around the Ford family. And they give back and they give back and they give back. All the things that Ford does, the foundations and all of the charity. That is a direct result of Henry Ford. Is your corporation making it possible for you to purchase the products that you make? Do we have people that are giving us an example of using the American system for their own benefit and asking voters to help? Yes. These are the wrong, when I say we're electing the wrong people, these are the wrong people. Yes, it's hard to tell who the right people are. Politics has become such a discouraging and disgustingly dirty business. It's really, really hard. But at some point, somebody that actually knows how to be an American has got to run, and those are the people that we vote for. And we need to start at our next possible opportunity. We've got to get rid of this Hillary Clinton Foundation just plain corruption and get back to being Americans together. This is the Wells Report.
The Good Contractors List is a free service designed to protect you. We meet all of our home service contractors face to face and feel so confident in our final choices that we back their work with a $10,000 guarantee. We go the extra mile in our interview process to make sure that the contractor is not only honest in quality, but able to offer the most affordable and fair rates. For instance, how do you pick who you call for air conditioning? Did you know that the air conditioning industry is commonly known for misdiagnosis and unneeded upselling? The higher their overhead, the more money they need to stay in business. So they flash tempting offers to get their foot in the door, and the sales game is on. The air conditioning companies we choose are simply stable and proven companies that offer the highest quality at fair and honest rates. And to protect you, they've all agreed to do an absolutely free second opinion if you're being told that you have to replace your air conditioning unit. If you need AC or any other type of home service, visit thegoodcontractorslist.com first.
Contractors List.
When the economy crashed in 2008, the Fed lowered interest rates. They've been low ever since. But now the economy's improving, and most experts believe the Fed will start raising interest rates very soon. That means you should refinance your mortgage now to pull cash out of your home at today's low rates, because once the Fed starts raising rates, they probably won't stop. So beat the Fed to the punch and refi your mortgage before it's too late by making the cash call at 855-875-CASH. Today, Cash Call Mortgage is offering a 15-year fix at 2.99% rate and APR with no closing costs. You have the chance to pull tens of thousands out of your home, lock in a low rate, and pay absolutely nothing out of pocket, but you have to act now. Cash Call Mortgage is designed to save. Call 855-875-CASH today.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. 1 City Boulevard, West Suite 200, Orange, California 92868. Equal housing lender. Call 866-900-8744 for terms and restrictions. Subject to loan underwriting. Rates may change without notice. NMLS number 128231.
That's 855-875-CASH.
Look, honey, this ad says we can get a new air conditioning unit for only $1,500.
That's incredible. Let's get it now.
There you go. Enjoy.
Wait, what?
You didn't think we'd install it for that price, did you?
There you go, folks. In this business, if it sounds too good to be true, well, then it probably is. I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning, and if you're tired of crazy gimmicks, give us a call. Our techs don't work on commission, and we don't do high-pressure sales. Right now, with Carrier's Cool Cash, you can save over $3,500 on a new Infinity system. Plus, you might also qualify for an additional $1,000 off from your utility provider. So call the other guys first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity, one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Josh averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. Josh's clients voted, and both D Magazine and Texas Monthly ranked him as the best real estate agent in Dallas. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net and start packing.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells of the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398-8350. That's 877-398-8350. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
Did you know colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in Texas, but that 90% of colon cancers can be avoided with early detection? Southwest Endoscopy and Surgery Center is the first facility in North Texas to use the revolutionary Fuse Full Spectrum Endoscopy System, enabling a 330-degree panoramic view of your colon. Due for a colonoscopy? Don't become a statistic. Insist on Fuse. Contact Southwest Endoscopy and Surgery Center at 817-293-9292 or visit swgiclinic.com.
660 AM. The Answer. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. A federal magistrate judge in the city of Dallas has appointed a federal public defender in the John Wiley Price case because there is an extraordinary amount of digital discovery the government anticipates in having to provide to the defendant. That's according to an order by U.S. Magistrate Judge Renee Harris Tolliver. She signed it today in the case involving the Dallas County Commissioner, who's accused of pocketing close to $1 million in bribes from businesses doing business with Dallas County. Tolliver writes that the appointment of a public defender will also contain pretrial costs and consolidate resources. The appointment of a coordinating discovery attorney is warranted. All right. Now, Price, who was indicted in July, will have to put $80,000 of his own money towards his defense, $20,000 up front, another $10,000 every 2 months until he's paid up. Also, Price must make $500 monthly payments until the end of his trial, which is currently scheduled to begin in January of 2016. You know, people say, why does John Wiley Price have a public defender? Well, it's because he needs one, or two in this case. I have no problem with this guy getting the legal help he needs, and I don't think you should either. That's just me. You're listening to the Wells Report. Okay, so are we serious? The most conservative House and Senate in Texas government history about to screw up big time? I'll explain next. You're listening to the Wells Report.
If you're turning on the AC for the warm days of spring and it's just not working or not cooling the way it should, time to call Walker Air Conditioning. Hey, Mark Davis. My friends at Walker are a family business, but big enough to cover North Texas with reliable, honorable service for your AC units. No commission salesmen showing up. They're technicians sent to fix your problem at an affordable price. Oh, if it's time for a new unit, they've got all the best brands at all the best prices. But let Walker AC see what you need first with techs who know what they're doing from a company you can trust. 52 years in the business, stellar customer reviews, A+ from the Better Business Bureau, specialists in AC and refrigeration for homes and business. Got a wine cellar, a wine fridge? They'll fix yours or install a new one. Walker AC, making sure you are cool and comfortable. Walker Air Conditioning. Website is walkerac.com. That's walkerac.com. Phone number is 972-4-WALKER. 972-4-WALKER. walkerac.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Kidd, engineering graduate of Texas A&M and owner of Structured Foundation Repairs. Our number is 972-484-1200. Our motto is to do the right thing. In some respects, it's hard being the company that always does the right thing. But for our customers' sake, it's very important that we do. Being fully insured, as an example, costs us a lot of money, but it protects our customers. Having employees instead of day laborers is a huge responsibility, but our dedicated employees ensure that we do the best repairs we can. Managing a large office staff can be tedious, but they provide our customers a helpful voice when they need something urgent. Returning every phone call is time-consuming, but instills our customers with confidence that we will always be there when they need us. The Aggie Code of Honor states that Aggies don't lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those that do. That code was the principle our company was founded on, and it guides our daily operations. If this sounds like the kind of company you could trust to repair your foundation, call us today for a free evaluation at 972-484-1200 or click structuredfoundation.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I've told you for a long time about Good Feet. GoodFeetDFW.com. Learn about the locations in Plano and Fort Worth. It'll get you out of foot pain today with America's #1 arch support. Guess what's new? Brand new location in South Lake on South Lake Boulevard, just east of Town Square between Kimball and Nolan. Good Feet South Lake joining the Plano and the Fort Worth location. Get out of pain today. America's #1 arch support. 888-660-0942 or goodfeetdfw.com. Goodfeetdfw.com.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill in Madison, Wisconsin. Peaceful protesters shouting the name of Tony Robinson after news that Officer Matt Kenny won't be charged in the March death of the biracial teenager.
Dane County DA Ishmael Ozan saying the decision is based on the facts in the case, including multiple 911 calls that Robinson was assaulting people in an apparent drug-fueled rage.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso. Still no sign in Nepal of a helicopter carrying 6 U.S. Marines and 2 Nepalese soldiers that vanished while delivering aid to earthquake victims.
The area is extremely rugged and mountainous. The Marines did not issue a Mayday signal, and the emergency radio beacon has not been detected. Those signals could be blocked due to the nature of the terrain.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin. Another earthquake in Nepal today killed dozens, less than 3 weeks after the quake that killed more than 8,000 people. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer. The Mark Davis Show. Mark Davis Show.
For our Wednesday show, the proper next step after American Sniper by Chris Kyle is American Wife by Taya Kyle. She'll share the story of what it's like to have your husband, the father of your kids, go off to war multiple times, come home safely, and then get killed here in Texas. Can you imagine? Taya will share with us at 8:05. We'll kick off at 7:05. All the overnight news you need. Join us.
The Mark Davis Show. Weekday mornings at 7, right before Mike Gallagher at 10 on 660 AM, The Answer.
Looking to buy your first home but scared off by the big down payment?
Yeah, after paying for the wedding, we're afraid we'll be renting forever and miss out on these low interest rates.
Fear not. You can buy a home now with a zero down mortgage from NASA Federal. Plus, there's no private mortgage insurance. You could save thousands not paying PMI.
Wow, with no down payment and no PMI, we could buy that house we saw last weekend.
The zero down mortgage with no PMI is perfect for first-time homebuyers who want to take advantage of historically low rates but can't swing the down payment. Just call 855-374-NASA or visit nasafcu.com/374.
I can't wait to give our landlord the notice.
To end your rental woes, call 855-374-NASA or visit nasafcu.com/374.
But I don't work for NASA.
You don't have to work for NASA to get a zero down mortgage with no PMI from NASA Federal. Just call 855-374-NASA or visit nasafcu.com/374.
Equal housing lender. Offer valid on approved credit for primary residences. Membership eligibility required. For more details about credit cost terms and conditions, call 855-374-NASA.
There's nothing like foundations in the springtime. Oh, it's a time of change. Hey, Mark Davis from my friends at Abacus Foundation Repair. And with drought and then moisture and then cold and then warm temperatures, your foundations are moving and grooving. You got cracks in the sheetrock and doors that are sticking and all kinds of problems. You want someone who's going to solve them reliably. Call my friends at Abacus Foundation Repair. They've done stuff for me, and you will love how they put somebody on site for your entire foundation repair. They're the only people with Millennium composite pilings. You're going to get a warranty that you can hand down to other homeowners. It's peace of mind and security for your foundation repair. 972-406-9000. 972-406-9000 or abacusfoundationrepair.com. Don't be one of those homeowners that says, oh, I wish I'd called a better company. Call the best company right now. Abacus Foundation Repair. 972-406-9000. 972-406-9000 or Abacus, ABACUS, abacusfoundationrepair.com.
Our family had a savings account until our air conditioner needed replacing.
We had a vacation fund before our refrigerator had a meltdown.
My family has no savings and our water heater just quit.
Sadly, sometimes it only takes one home system or appliance breakdown to bust your budget. But buying a home warranty from American Home Shield protects more of your hard-earned money because they help pay your covered repairs for you. For valuable free information, go to ahs.com or call 1-800-600-5107. Who wants to pour money into repairs for things like your air conditioner, refrigerator, plumbing, oven, or washer when you get the budget protection you deserve from American Home Shield? Service requests are subject to a fee for each trade called. Some exclusions and limitations apply. It's up to you. Pay for expensive home system and appliance repairs yourself or let AHS help pay covered repairs for you. Protect more of your hard-earned money. For valuable free information, including terms, rates, and coverage, go to ahs.com. That's ahs.com or call 1-800-600-5107.
People who can afford a LASIK procedure sure are lucky. Imagine being able to throw away your contacts and glasses. Imagine waking up tomorrow with 20/20 vision. Too bad everyone can't afford LASIK. Well, guess what? There's a company that agrees with you. The LASIK Vision Institute is now offering dramatically low prices on high-quality LASIK to make it affordable for everyone. That means you get the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology for a fraction of what others charge. And if you call right now, we'll schedule a free appointment so you can discover if LASIK is right for you. Results may vary. Call 1-800-700-1851. Even better, if you're one of the first 100 callers, ask about an extra 20% discount off our already low-cost services. We've already performed over 1 million procedures. Let us help you. Discover how you can get the quality LASIK experience you deserve at a fraction of what others charge. For your free appointment, call 1-800-700-1851. 1-800-700-1851.
A Silicon Valley CEO is fired for opposing same-sex marriage. A teenage girl is attacked on campus for protesting abortion. And a college club loses formal recognition for being Christian. This is the country we live in today, in America, where people are punished for expressing themselves and then bullied into silence. If you don't agree with a certain liberal agenda, you're targeted for silencing. This is Eric Metaxas, and my good friend Kirsten Powers chronicles this frightening new trend in her brand new book titled The Silencing: How the Left is Killing Free Speech. With fearless candor, Kirsten gives us example after example of men and women who've been punished for expressing opinions that have been suddenly deemed unacceptable. The Silencing is a much-needed wake-up call for everyone who cherishes liberty. Who will be the next victim of the silencing?
Kirsten Powers' book, The Silencing: How the Left is Killing Free Speech, from Regnery Publishing, is now available at Amazon.com, Costco, and bookstores everywhere.
660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Reports. My name is Jon-David Wells. Biennium after biennium, after election after election, we send steadily more conservative politicians to Austin, Texas. Now, I realize that there is obviously some sort of problem in Washington, D.C. There's a problem in Washington, D.C. because when you get inside the Beltway, which is that large freeway that encircles our nation's capital, obviously your higher brain processes are sucked out of your skull. There may be something like that somewhere near 35. It's obviously to the right of 35. I don't know exactly how this could happen, but when you're going south, everything's on the right when you get into Austin. But yet, for whatever reason, the politics are decidedly left. And as a matter of fact, we refer to the city of Austin as the People's Republic of Austin because it's completely leftward. Now, I don't know what happens when we send these supposed Tea Party Republican conservatives down to Austin, Texas, to the right side of 35 as you head south, but I can tell you that there's going to be trouble if this ridiculous idea that has been popped up and brought to us. State Affairs Chairman Byron Cook of Corsicana has proposed House Bill 4063, which creates a Texas conditional driver's permit specifically for those who cannot produce documentation to the state showing they're authorized to be in the United States. In other words, it's a driver's license for illegal immigrants. No, absolutely no. Joining us to explain just exactly what the heck is going on is the president of Empower Texans, Texans for Fiscal Responsibility, friend of the Wells Report, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Well, howdy, Jon-David Wells. How you doing, my friend?
I got a migraine headache last night when I read about House Bill 4063, and I'm trying to figure out why a Republican would put it up, and I'm trying to figure out just exactly why illegal immigrants need a driver's license to circumvent, let's see, I know, the voter ID law.
Well, this is the kind of thing that makes you have to pull out the duct tape and put your head back together after you start paying attention to it. Byron Cook, he's a Republican but not a conservative. We always forget that there's a difference between being a Republican and being a conservative. Byron Cook is most decidedly not a conservative. Byron Cook, they're in Corsicana. He's one of those guys who talks a good game in his campaigning, but legislating does something different. And he actually voted in favor of getting rid of mother and father off of the birth certificates and have parent one and parent two. So he is.
Okay. So he's a Republican in the vast, wonderful tradition of Joe Strauss. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Yes,
so
exactly.
He's been for 2 sessions running. Representative Cook has been doing his dead level, none of it's best or worst, to get driver's license for illegal aliens. And the latest go at this is this thing you talked about, House Bill 4063, that would create a Texas conditional driver's permit. What I'm trying to understand is when someone is standing in line at the at the Department of Motor Vehicles and says, "Hey, I'm here illegally," maybe that should be a quick job for the DPS officer standing there.
You would think, you would absolutely think that would be the circumstance. But of course, if you pull anybody over and they don't have a Texas driver's license and you do something about it, you're obviously profiling.
So here is his excuse. Remember, this is not me talking. This is Byron Cook. He says, well, the problem is these people are here anyway. They're driving cars anyway. And so they get into accidents, and you need to be able to have a driver's license so you know who to go after. If you're in an accident with one of these people who's here illegally, you need them to have a documentation so that then you can go after them legally.
See, I know what we can do instead. How about if we arrest them?
You can follow that logic. Good luck.
Let's just arrest them at the accident scene. How about that?
Yeah, this is the kind of backward, crazy thinking that coming from quote unquote Republicans that ensures Democrats get their majority in the next couple of years. This is horrible public policy.
So here's what the thing says. We propose that every Texas driver's license shall indicate whether the driver is a United States citizen. No such license shall be issued to anyone not legally in the country. What? Okay, so what he's trying to do is he's parsing the words between license and permit. Is that what he's doing?
That's what he's doing. He's creating this little game where pretending like your permits and a license are different things. Permits, license, it's a government document. It becomes an official government license. It's a record. It's something. It's an official papers from the state of Texas recognizing some material legally and giving them some sort of legal status.
House Bill 4063 would create a conditional driving permit, and I got a lot of people here as witnesses because it's not a driver's license. This is a driving permit. The permit would be a valid form of identification for driving purposes only, a substantial difference from the Texas driver's license. Seriously?
We see that today. That's all I'm to say. But in the next session, these government all these creeps. Now, to suggest to you that the problem here is one. How many human beings tell the difference between a permit and a license? It's fraught with so many problems. This is just bad public policy.
It's terrible.
Curtailing illegal immigration, not rewarding it.
Okay, by the way, we're speaking with Michael Quinn Sullivan, president of Empower Texans, Texans for Fiscal Responsibility. For whatever reason, this person, Byron Cook of Corsicana, a Republican in name only, classic rhino, in the Straussian mold of Texas politics, has put up House Bill 4063, which would create a Texas conditional driver's permit. How does that stack up with the voter ID law? In other words, does it say that a picture ID is what you have to have, or does it say that a picture ID that would not include a conditional driver permit? I mean, this does circumvent that law, doesn't it?
Well, current state law with voter ID specifies which IDs can and cannot be used for voting purposes. But again, this session, they get through this conditional voters permit. Next session, it gets expanded.
I see.
It's just chipping away. You and I tend to look at public policy as throwing the ball from one end of the end to the other. The left looks at it in terms of 2-yard incremental gains, and that we need to make sure that we are focused on their ground game. And I would put this in the category of a ground game. We're trying to move the ball slowly down the field so that at some point in the next 4 to 6 years, and you and I think 4 to 6 years is a long time, the left thinks of 4 to 6 years as good strategic planning. I mean, we need to be willing to fight on that level and not let these small encroachments, just because today it doesn't seem like a big deal.
All right, so tell me this bill isn't going anywhere.
Well, sadly, it is going somewhere.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, well, look, Byron Cook is a favorite child of House Speaker Joe Straus. He's one of the most powerful committee chairmen. Joe Straus is the Speaker of the Texas House's chief lieutenants. It's currently in the calendars committee. Now, this is where you got to put on your nerd hat for a second.
Your
The
nerd
way
hat.
the Texas legislature works, legislation passes out of the committee, out of Byron Cook's committee, who passed his own legislation out, and then it went to the calendars committee. And the calendars committee will decide whether or not it goes to the floor for a vote. The calendars committee is stacked full of a lot of not conservatives who will make that determination. They haven't yet sent it to the floor for a vote, but they could any day now.
You see, Michael Quinn Sullivan of Empower Texans, Texans for Fiscal Responsibility, is referring to a committee that determines whether or not a bill is going to see the light of day on the actual floor of the Texas House of Representatives. And it's where conservative bills go to die. Is that essentially where that is?
Yeah, the calendars committee has exactly right. That's been where good conservative measures have gone to die in the Joe Strauss Texas House. It's where lefty programs get a second chance at life.
Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do to find somebody to run against Joe Strauss and now this Byron Cook of Corsicana. I know lots of people in Corsicana. There has to be somebody there who's conservative enough to want to take a shot at this Byron York human being, this Byron Cook of Corsicana. There's got to be somebody that wants to run against him.
There have been a couple of rumors about folks kind of sniffing in the air. I think that Byron Cook is certainly ripe for an electoral challenge. The community, that area, is a lot more conservative than Byron Cook is. Unfortunately, there's a lot of legislative races. People know who their congressman is, but they don't really know who their state rep is. And this is why House Bill 4063 is a good example of why you and I need to know who our state reps are and why we need more involved, because state government really does impact our lives in ways that we tend to forget when we only watch Fox News.
Yeah.
People need to be listening to the Wells Report, need to be listening to 660 AM to get a better idea of what's going on in our cities and in our state.
Absolutely. You're exactly right. And Michael Quinn Sullivan, you just made the promo. What else is going on?
Your ratings just dropped.
Yes, they did. By the way, they're going up nicely. Thank you. Just keep this in mind, man. This is working.
Despite me.
Yeah, this is working. No, not despite you, because of you and because of the fact that you show up and answer questions for people. The word is actually getting around that this night show is a pretty good thing to have. I'm just saying. So what else is on your radar? What else do we have to be aware of? Just tell me that this is going to go to Dan Patrick's Senate and get essentially obliterated in a sea of conservative senatorial stuff.
Yeah, the good news is if this thing were to pass out of the Texas House, the Senate will not do anything with it.
Yay.
Dan Patrick and Connie Burton and Kelly Hancock and Van Taylor and Jane Nelson. There's a good, strong conservative bloc, particularly folks from the Metroplex, who aren't going to stand for this. So it's unfortunate that Byron Cook is trying to make House members vote on it. But we do have a backstop, a good, strong backstop in the Texas Senate. The other thing, of course, that's eating up a whole lot of lawmakers' time right now is the debate between whether or not we should be getting property tax relief, or whether or not the House, which is the Senate plan, or the House plan of reducing the sales tax. That's a big fight going on, but the Senate and the House are essentially doubling down on their proposals, and folks need to be paying attention as to which is going to be best for them and their families.
I agree. All right, Michael Quinn Sullivan, thank you very much for joining us. We sincerely appreciate it, brother.
Hey, you do great work, man. Keep up the good work for all of Texas.
We will absolutely do it. Michael Quinn Sullivan, president of Empower Texans, Texans for Fiscal Responsibility. Somebody call this guy Byron Cook of Corsicana. Tell him to sit down and shut up. Good idea, huh? You're listening to the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy, here with the Big Boat and Outdoor Show. It's boating time, folks, so don't forget to tune in to the only boating talk show on 660 a.m. The Answer every Saturday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. Brought to you by BoatSelect.com, the site with thousands of boats for sale, or list your boat for free on BoatSelect.com. I know you have questions about your boat or one you're buying. Email those questions to me at BigBoatShow@yahoo.com.
Another hot Texas summer is upon us, and Mathis Air and Heat has a great offer for you right off the bat. With the American Standard All-Star Sales Event, Mathis Air is offering 100% financing and 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's 60 months of complete qualifying American Standard systems with approved credit or cash rebates. Mathis Air knows that's a home run, and with free estimates on equipment replacements, that's a grand slam. When it comes to service, call 972-279-4COOL for a $39 service call. Don't get thrown a curveball. Go with the company you can trust. As a certified customer care dealer, Mathis Air is about quality, honesty, and a great installation because that's what matters most. Special financing or rebates available on qualifying products. See Mathis Air and Heat, your independent American Standard dealer, for details. Or call 888-840-8084 for financing program details about credit costs. Offer expires June 30th, 2015. Make sure you're working with the best. Mathis Air and Heat. Call now, 972-279-4COOL. That's 972-279-4266.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Manzeri, owner of Statewide Remodeling. We've been getting some relief from what is usually the beginning of summer here in Texas. And right behind that, the temperature goes up, and so do your cooling bills. We manufacture our windows to beat the Texas heat. Our fiber core reinforced frames are 9 times stronger than other windows, and our glass has 27% more viewing area. We give you better than triple pane performance at a double pane price. Another thing that separates our window from all competitors is we can match our exterior frame to any color Sherwin-Williams offers. So no plain white windows here or 3 to 4 colors to choose from. And of course, we offer the longest warranty in the industry. It even covers glass breakage and workmanship for as long as you own your home. So if you're ready to see the window that sets the standard in Texas, give us a call. And if you decide it's the one for you, receive 20% off the complete job. The number to call is 888-270-7095. That's 888-270-7095. Or check us out online 24/7 at statewideremodeling.com.
Are you suffering with hearing loss? Are you sick of people constantly complaining that your TV is too loud? Are you tired of asking people to speak up? Would you like to hear more clearly, but you don't want to wear a hearing aid that makes you look old? Then you need to try Listen Clear, a life-changing breakthrough precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. And you can adjust Listen Clear to find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And right now you can try Listen Clear absolutely risk-free with free shipping. We'll even give you free batteries for life. So call now, 1-800-661-2231. Listen Clear is lightweight and completely hassle-free, and it's practically invisible. Call for your 100% risk-free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now, 1-800-661-2231. That's 1-800-661-2231. 1-800-661-2231.
When you pay your mobile phone bill, are you making a political statement? Probably so. You don't even know that it's politics you might not agree with. Hey, it's Mark Davis. Major mobile companies have given more than $50 million to liberal candidates and causes. Now there's a cellular company that gives 5% to conservative causes while still saving you money. Welcome to EOS Mobile. The same service, the same quality, a better price, and a better cause. Go to EOScell.com, EOSCELL.com. Meet a company that'll save you 10 to 15% on the same phone, data, and text plans. And their corporate contributions go to organizations and candidates for smaller government, a stronger America, and following the Constitution. Imagine that. And text and talk plans start at $9.99 with a free phone. Do you want part of your mobile phone bill to help Obama, Hillary, and that side of American politics? Great service, great prices, and support for conservative causes with EOS Mobile. Go to EOScell.com. That's EOSCELL.com. EOScell.com.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AM TheAnswer.com. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells, and so Mark Davis will show up tomorrow morning. What is that going to be? Is that going to be the Wednesday edition? The Wednesday edition of the Mark Davis Show. Mark, what have you got planned for us, buddy?
Hey, JD, good Tuesday night. Tomorrow morning, we'll have a lot of stuff in terms of overnight news. We'll take a look at various things going on legislatively. Governor Abbott has signed a bill exempting thousands of high school seniors from some graduation exams. Some Texas legislators are preparing obstacles for gay marriage, and Tom Brady and his agent are preparing a defense against a 4-game suspension. Game 4 is against the Cowboys, but who's noticing? Mark Davis Show tomorrow, 7 to 10 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Thank you very much, Mark. I will look forward to your radio broadcast, as I often do, tomorrow morning, bright and early. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. You are listening to the Wells Report. Seriously, how is it that we have these moderate Republicans? They're Democrats, right? I mean, they're just Democrats. I mean, we're doing our job. We, the people of Texas, we're doing our job. We are sending conservative people to Austin, Texas, to legislate for us. We're doing it. We're hauling the mail. I'm trying to figure out why it is that doesn't matter. Can anyone explain this to me? 866-660-5759. Jonathan Martin, I will yawn on this radio broadcast whenever I feel like it, okay? I'm just saying. People are making fun of me on we're doing this on television and people are making fun of me. 866-660-5759. Look, I am giving you the names of these people. I realize that I am asking a lot. What I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you, yes, you, to please contact all your friends down in Corsicana and find somebody to get rid of this Byron Cook clown. I'm asking you to do the same thing with Joe Strauss in San Antonio. These people need to go. They need to retire. They're in the way. They are creating a mess for us. I'm tired of it. How about you? Seriously, we're going to give not a driver's license. No, we're going to give a driver's conditional permit. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when they thought about doing something like this and they were going to rotate the driver's license pictures 90 degrees? They did this in some states so that you could tell whether or not these people were American citizens or not. And the hue and cry went across the land, my God, we can't do that. That's racism is what that is. No, it's not. When the political process gets to the point where the opposition party has to import voters illegally, they've got a problem. And then, of course, what they say is, well, you know, the political process in America is broken. No, not at all. The liberal part of the American political process is broken. That's what's wrong. It's ridiculous, and it's stupid, and it's ongoing. It's annoying, and it's got to stop. I'm just saying. Do you agree? 866-660-5759. I hope you do. Because I got to tell you, man, we've got work to do in this country. We've got to start cleaning up this mess. We've got to start cleaning up this mess and getting these people to work and getting everybody on the same page. Believe me, it's possible. It is absolutely possible. We've got to quit looking to Washington to solve our problems. We've already done that with the border. We need to continue doing it with every aspect of Texas life. If the government of the United States is not going to do its job, we'll do the job for it. We'll never be in a better position than what we are right now to do exactly that. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM. The Answer. Back with more in a moment.
Mike Gallagher believes we've seen another example of the Second Amendment at its best.
Try to picture what would have happened had there not been a police presence outside that civic center.
An armed society is a polite society.
There is the picture-perfect example. Instead of two dead Islamists rotting in hell where they belong today, we would have been talking about a massacre of people who were celebrating the First Amendment.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 10, right before Dennis Prager at noon on 660 AM. The Answer.
Howdy, folks. Crazy Gun Dealer here, and I have a question for you. How many times have you wanted to test fire a gun before you bought it? Well, now you can test fire the most popular handguns at the Crazy Gun Dealer, and the test fire is absolutely free. Absolutely free. When you buy your gun from us. That's right, free test firing on most guns when you buy your gun from the Crazy Gun Dealer. Plus, we still give you free CHO classes, a free lifetime warranty, and a free range membership. Because nobody wants your gun business more than the Crazy Gun Dealer. That's the Crazy Gun Dealer on Highway 67 in Alvarado, just 30 minutes south of Dallas, 20 minutes south of Fort Worth. For directions and info, check out crazygundealer.com or give us a call at 855-329-4867. That's 855-329-4867. That's 855-329-GUNS.
All offers and promotions subject to change or restrictions. See store for complete details.
If you're overwhelmed by debt and thinking about going to a credit counseling company for help, think again, because the majority of those companies actually work for the credit card companies, and they make the credit card companies a lot of money from people just like you. But there's another way out of debt, and it's not bankruptcy, a way to reduce your debts and save you thousands of dollars. Even better, you can find out how for free by calling 1-800-998-5539. At Freedom Debt Relief, we're not a credit counseling organization. We're not a debt consolidation company. We offer a unique alternative to save you the most money possible to resolve your debt in the shortest amount of time. If you're thinking about a credit counselor, ask yourself this: are they working for you or the credit card companies? Reduce your debts.
Yeah, that was very, very nice. Okay, so if Mark Halperin is on television with, say, Hillary Clinton, okay. So Hillary, talk to us about your favorite brand of lingerie. Talk to us a little bit about your favorite lipstick, or what's your favorite nail polish. Talk to us a little bit about your favorite dress designer. Can you talk to us a little bit about, can you talk to us a little bit about anything female? What would have happened? Well, because Mark Halperin is solidly of the left, nothing. When Sarah Palin was running, leftist journalism all but advocated raping Sarah Palin. Same story with Michelle Bachmann. They tried it with Ted Cruz. And it was nothing short of sickening. I actually tweeted Mark Halperin and I said, Mark, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to prove your authenticity as a journalist. What I want you to do is I want you to, apologize in journalese, as opposed to Spanish or English or whatever language you speak in. It was absolutely inexcusable. It was terrible and it was awful. And it was just about off the scale bad. It was so bad, in fact, that Ruben Navarrete, Hispanic, a syndicated columnist, published a piece reacting to the exchange. Navarrete took Halperin to task for bad journalism, bad form, bad manners. You crossed the line, said Navarrete. I was actually nauseated. Halperin, in a statement of apology yesterday, said, in no way was I asking Senator Cruz to prove he was an authentic Latino. I apologize to those who were offended and to Senator Cruz. I promise that I will work to make the tone in questions better next time. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. If I had asked questions like that, I would have lost my job. Very, very simply, very straightforwardly, I would have lost my job. Later yesterday, Cruz said he appreciated Halperin's apology and called the TV host a serious and fair-minded journalist. The interview took place a day after Cruz spoke at the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and Halperin asked his guest, who appeared via satellite, your last name is Cruz and you're from Texas. Just based on that, shouldn't you have an appeal to Hispanic voters? That is racism. That is absolute racism. Cruz responded, explaining my family story. My personal experience is an experience that resonates in the Hispanic community. He's Hispanic. Hello? Halperin focused his questions on the details of Cruz's Hispanic heritage. People are really interested in you and your identity. So I just want to ask you, as a historical matter instead of historic matter, when you filled your application to Princeton, to Harvard Law School, did you list yourself as an Hispanic? Cruz responded, oh, sure, I've listed myself as Cuban American. That's my heritage and my background. I want to close and talk a little bit more about your Cuban heritage and ask you in the following categories whether you have an affinity for or a connection to any part of your Cuban past. You have your favorite Cuban food or Cuban dish? What if he was asking, he's asking Ben Carson? Dr. Carson, what's your favorite African-American dish? I remember when Tiger Woods won his first Masters. The champion from one year gets to pick the champion's dinner menu for the next year. And very famously, Fuzzy Zeller, talked about ethnic African-American food. He was barbecued. Absolutely barbecued. Pun intended. But here is Mark Halperin, Bloomberg, quote, journalist, unquote, asking Cruz, what kind of food he likes, what kind of ethnic food he likes, based on his ethnic background. Ms. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, what foods do you like? Sushi or what? Do you have a favorite Cuban food or Cuban dish? What's your favorite? Picadillo. I grew up eating it all the time. We had plantains. We had beans and rice. For Christmas, we'd roast a whole pig a lot of years for Christmas Eve. And so my grandparents, my abuelo and abuela, they didn't speak English. My abuela was an incredible cook. You like Cuban music? So if Halperin's on with who? Ben Carson. So do you like black music? Who's your favorite black singer? I have to admit, I'm much more of a Texan. I tend to listen to country music more than Cuban music. On the political front, what is your aspiration for the Republican presidential for being the Republican presidential nominee in 2016? What percentage of the Hispanic vote, Latino vote, would you think your party could get? Ben Carson. So what's the percentage of the black vote you're going to get there, Mr. Carson? Halperin closed the interview by giving Cruz a chance to welcome Democratic presidential candidate Senator Bernie Sanders into the presidential race. Halperin asked Cruz to speak to Sanders in Spanish. You suppose he'd ask Ben Carson to welcome Bernie Sanders into the race using Ebonics? So for those people that just sort of let that go, you can't just let that go. You know what you got to do? You got to stand up and say, this guy's a flaming racist. That's what you've got to say. Because I guarantee you, he'd do the same to you. There's no doubt about it. All you have to do is put a different ethnic candidate there. Now, would he do this to somebody, say, for example, I don't know, President Obama? Would he do this with President Obama? No. What he was trying to do was he was trying to create a mess for Ted Cruz. He was trying to prove that there was some sort of inauthenticity about his Hispanic background. Sort of like Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas, the Uncle Tom who sits on the Supreme Court of the United States? Yeah. That's what he was trying to do. This is what the left tries to do. And it will get worse as time goes by. And we, the people of the United States, and I don't care what party you're in. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what party you're in. Racism is racism is racism, right? And if Republicans are going to get hammered with racism, totally and completely unjustified, corrosive, horrifying racism on a regular basis, then what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Mark Halperin is nothing more than a helpless racist. I can't take it any further than that. I don't want to. Because I, like Ruben Navarrete, it's kind of nauseating. But they keep getting away with it. And they keep getting away with it because people of all political stripes allow it to happen. We, the people of the United States, Democrat, Republican, black, white, brown, whatever, we have a common enemy. And these are these politicians that play us like guitars. It's time to stop them. This is the Wells Report.
need more money for, to get the soldiers to football. It's coming out of my tax money anyhow, so you're more than welcome to it. It's better that than abortion.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely, Ron. Well said. I sort of winced for a moment, but well said. Unbelievable. Simply incredible. So terribly out of place. So incredibly wrong. Like I say, these people in Washington, Republicans and Democrats, are being incredibly successful. They are becoming millionaires handling the supposed people's business. They're becoming millionaires doing that. And they can't see anything past their own ego. Sometimes, and I'm in the opinion business. I'm actually in the opinion business. Right? Sometimes my opinions are pretty damn good. If I have to say so myself, and I do. But sometimes they're not. The difference between me doing it professionally and the senator doing it, I don't know why, is that when my opinions are worthless, I recognize it. I suppose the senator is just too distracted by the magnificent brilliance and the bright lights inside his skull to be able to see that what they're pointing at is a sack of garbage. So like I said, Senator Flake, please do sit down, hush up, and the next time a Senate appropriations bill for the United States military comes across your desk, do something about it. You're listening to the Wells Report.
This is Albert Mohler for townhall.com. Conservatives have long affirmed the sanctity and dignity of every single human life at every point of development, even at the embryonic stage. That's what makes a recent article in the New York Times so important. The op-ed is by Nick Loeb, and the headline is, Frozen Embryos Have a Right to Live. Loeb explains that he recently filed a complaint in Santa Monica, California, to protect the lives of two little girl embryos that were formed with his former fiancée, Sofia Vergara, star of Modern Family. He would like to take full custody and have the little girls brought to full gestation, but Vergara wants to keep them frozen indefinitely. He explains his concern when he writes, quote, does one person's desire to avoid biological parenthood, free of any legal obligations, outweigh another's religious beliefs in the sanctity of life and desire to be a parent, end quote? Nick Loeb's defense of his children, even in embryonic form, is unexpected, bold, and deeply encouraging. I'm Albert Mohler.
This townhall.com commentary is brought to you by the Salem Radio Network.
This is Dan Tullis, and I just called Joel Clark, one of Select Quote Insurance Services Term Life Agents. Hi, Mr. Tullis. Joel, how does Select Quote save you money on term life insurance? Well, buying term life insurance is all about choosing the right company. Let's say you take antidepressants or you smoke. All insurance companies are going to price that differently. We'll impartially shop all the companies we represent to find you the best price. Can you give me an example? Sure. I just got a man, 40 years old, on cholesterol medication, a $500,000 policy with a highly rated insurance company. His price, $22 a month.
Call 1-800-979-3269 and see how affordable term life insurance can be. That's 1-800-979-3269. 1-800-979-3269. Or go to selectquote.com. We shop, you save. State selectquote.com/commercials. Your price can vary depending on your health, insurance company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Holding out for a good deal to replace your old AC system? Well, now there's a new program that's too good to pass up. I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. You've probably already heard that you can save over $3,500 on a new Infinity system with Carrier's Cool Cash, but did you know that for a limited time, you can also get an additional $1,000 off from your utility provider? That's right, and when you combine these two programs, we're talking saving over $4,500 on a brand new AC system that can cut your electric bill in half. But the utility funds are limited, and the program will end when the money runs out. So right now, we're scheduling free estimates on a first-come, first-served basis. Call us now, or if you want, call two other companies first, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number is 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
There's nothing like foundations in the springtime. Oh, it's a time of change. Hey, Mark Davis from my friends at Abacus Foundation Repair. And with drought and then moisture and then cold and then warm temperatures, your foundations are moving and grooving. You got cracks in the sheetrock and doors that are sticking and all kinds of problems. You want someone who's going to solve them reliably. Call my friends at Abacus Foundation Repair. They've done stuff for me, and you will love how they put somebody on site for your entire foundation repair. They're the only people with Millennium composite pilings. You're going to get a warranty that you can hand down to other homeowners. It's peace of mind and security for your foundation repair. 972-406-9000. 972-406-9000 or abacusfoundationrepair.com. Don't be one of those homeowners that says, oh, I wish I'd called a better company. Call the best company right now. Abacus Foundation Repair. 972-406-9000. 972-406-9000 or Abacus, ABACUS, abacusfoundationrepair.com.
50% off. Buy one room and get the rest of the house free.
Don't fall for gimmicks. Pilot Flooring doesn't mark up prices just to offer you an unreal deal. Pilot Flooring offers upfront, honest pricing from the start. Our shop-at-home approach allows us to offer you the best pricing without playing games. And it's extremely convenient. With Pilot Flooring's $100 low price guarantee, you can be confident that you'll receive the best price available. Talk to 2 companies and then let Pilot Flooring save you some real money. Schedule your appointment at pilotflooring.com.
Sail with Newt Gingrich. Get aboard the Elegant Crystal Symphony for a spectacular 7-day cruise from New York to Montreal. At the same time, enjoy stimulating seminars on politics and investment. Our guests include Newt Gingrich, Mark Skousen, John Ransom, and Christopher Sace. And everything's included. We set sail September 13th through the 20th. Join us for the Politics in Your Portfolio cruise. Log on to politicsandyourportfolio.com for all the details. Politicsandyourportfolio.com.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, The Answer.com.